So, wishing everyone a very, very, very happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and may this new, day, new festival bring a lot of
Very,
happiness and a lot
very,
of
very
excitement
happy Christmas,
in
Merry
everyone's
Christmas,
life.
and may this new, day.
And also, this is one beautiful day to celebrate with friends and families and eat some delicious cake and munch some favorite candies. And it's also one wonderful day to follow our anthem, Let's Crack It. Yes, here at Unacademy, we believe, to crack all the problems, all the hurdles which happen to be there on the path towards IELTS, be it from listening, reading, writing, or speaking. So today we are going to talk about some important collocations which are required to be mastered and to ace through speaking section of the IELTS or for that matter even reading section of the IELTS. And if we hear them or if we read them, then also we will be able to understand what they mean. So what is the exact meaning they hold? Fine. So it's actually a very wonderful day to study collocations because collocations, in layman language in general term means to be together when some words go along together nicely. So somehow, I was able to connect this with the festival today. It also spreads message of connecting, brotherhood, comradeship. Okay, so let's study this wonderful topic. And before I begin the session right now, I would also like to tell that this is part one, which we are going to talk about, what are collocations, some examples, some structures, and then we will follow up this class at 1 p.m. on the same Unacademy Eloquence channel. So please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click the bell button so that you get all the updates for all the educators, which come over here for the live session. So let's begin with the class. Okay, so as we say, let's crack it. Okay, well, my name is Aastha and I'm educator at Unacademy. Though a bit late introduction, but yes, better late than never. And if you want to follow me or subscribe Unacademy on the app, so you can use the referral code ASTHA AASTHA and get a 10% discount as well. Now, we must know how using collocations can help us boost the IELTS score. So collocations actually work at the root level, So we cannot learn words, we should not learn words in isolation. And as the very old saying goes that people who are united always succeed, or unity helps one to perform better. Same logic applies when it comes to learning different kinds of words. Yes, when we learn the words in groups, in a context, in some meaningful instance, we are able to grasp them better, we are able to, comprehend them better, and they stay in our mind for a longer period of time. Now, what is collocation? Collocation is going by some specific general definitions. It's, grouping of two, three words which are placed together. They may sound right to the native speakers and therefore they have been spoken in such manner for a long time. But then there could be some grammatical reasons behind it, or they might not be. But there have been some generalized, blueprints, or we can say some generalized notions which we have figured out. And in terms of structures, we have understood that they follow a kind of pattern. Okay, so let's understand about them. Now, before I begin, let's take some common examples. Now, we actually are using collocations in our daily lives without even knowing that, these are collocations. And this goes with the language also. We have been speaking English for quite a long time. But I might not know, or the learner might not know, that I'm already using nouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, or conjunctions in my sentences. But actually, grammar is the base, the root. Vocabulary is the base of any language, right? So, therefore, let's understand what are they. Now, for example, we speak to make the bed, to make money, to make noise. Now, the word make goes with these three words which are given over here. So, if I say to make my bed means I get up, I make my bed, I fold the sheets which are there, I arrange the pillows. That's called making the bed. Okay, making money. It means earning money. So I can use this collocation money with the word make and say, well, I think so and so is making a lot of money these days, because of his business or some new venture. So instead of saying earning money, I use the word making money. Then there are a lot of children around my house. They make a lot of noise whenever they come out to play. So they make noise. We will never say they shout a noise or they create a noise. So some words go together, go along. So one tip, one quick suggestion I would like to give the viewers is that whenever you are learning such words, never learn them in isolation. Always learn with some or the other words which are connected to them. Okay? For example, if you're talking about the word make, so you can always learn make in the collaboration with such words like making bed, making money, making noise. Okay? Then the next example will be catch. Now catch actually means someone is dropping something or something is being dropped and you just get hold of it. But to catch a cold, it does not mean that you deliberately went out and you caught that cold. So catch a cold would be an accidental thing, but catch a cold means you got that irritation or infection in your nose. Okay? Now, catch a bus to quickly run behind, or maybe you were able to get inside the bus. So we use this collocation catch a bus. Catch a fish. Now, this could be related to hunting or fishing, wherein you were or the hunter was able to catch the animal or catch a fish. Right. Now, the other one is come late, come on time, come to a decision. So, come late, come on time tells about the arrival. He always comes on time, she never comes on time, or he always comes late. But then, if you're talking about come to a decision, it means making a decision. And yes, so I have used one collocation to explain the other collocation. I just now said making decision, make a decision. So make a decision is also one collocation using the word make. But if I'm saying come to a decision means the decision is now finalized. Okay? Well, the chairperson has come to the decision to throw you out of the office. One example. Now, the other one could be to do homework, to do shopping, or to do nothing. Okay, I want everyone to just, pour in their comments. And moreover, I just want everyone to share which collocations they have been using consciously or unconsciously in their speech, in their writing, or some or the collocations, which are very famous, which are their favorite. So you can just quickly write down in the comment section and share about it. Okay, now. Uh, Now, this is one definition. While I, came across, I was reading this band score criteria. It says the band 7 criteria says the band descriptor that the person the test taker uses less common lexical items with some awareness of style and collocation. So it means the examiners are looking for the test takers who have awareness of style, who are able to make use collocations in their, any of the skills, whether it's speaking or writing. Obviously, listening and reading would be little passive, but then speaking and writing, you are in the active zone or the active mode wherein you can use a lot of collocations. So this is one band descriptors, this is the band descriptors criteria. So therefore, it is important, that's just to enhance the importance of collocations in IELTS. Okay, now the question is, how do I learn them? I just said one thing and then let me repeat that. You can't say that, okay, let's learn collocations today and today is I'm going to focus on collocations. You may do that considering some, contextual examples, but when you learn a new word, write commonly use words with it in combination. Okay, now, and yes, before I begin with some examples, what we'll do in the class, we'll take some words, we'll find out how they collocate with other words with some sentences. But before that, let's understand what is the basic structure they follow in a very quick way. Now, if I'm saying have lunch, have a bath, have rest, have meeting, have haircut, have a drink, have a good time, have a relationship, have a holiday, have sympathy, have a problem. I am saying all these words, so it means I'm not learning have in isolation. I'm actually learning chunks of language. I'm learning a lot of nouns along with it. I might also be learning some adjectives, some prepositions, some articles, or some verbs, right? So basically, just to get aware of what the structure is, let's understand. I've taken this word interest. Now see how we collocate some adjectives with the word interest, wherein the adjective precedes the word interest, such as considerable interest, deep interest, great interest, historical interest, long term interest, musical interest, vested interest, financial interest, business interest. So the word interest goes with so many other adjectives. So collocates or goes with mean the same. For example, he has a vested interest in the future of the business. This is how we can use that in the example. I have varied musical interest. I like jazz, pop, classical, and Sufi music. So I have varied musical interest means a lot of varieties, appeal to me. The next one, adverb plus interest. So again here the word interest is preceded by the adverbs such as greatly interested, deeply interested. Now, just now I said deep interest. That was an adjective. How do we form an adverb? Most of the cases we add ly because adjective is obviously a describing word, but adverb is a word which tells how something is done, where something is done, when something is done, like adverbs of manner, place, and time. Not going into too much of grammar, so let's understand great becomes greatly interested. If I say, uh, I have a deep interest or great interest in microbiology, for example, that can be converted into I'm deeply interested or I am greatly interested in microbiology. That becomes adverb plus the word interest. Okay? I am greatly interested, particularly interested, really interested, very interested, quite interested. For example, he is deeply interested in religion. Manisha is particularly interested in research. I am very interested in studying abroad. Okay? Now, preposition plus interest. Now, one thing I must tell you, you need not learn these structures. The point is, the focus is to grasp the language, to make it, you have to absorb it. You have to understand, you have to adopt it as your own. So if you go into a lot of structures, you might get confused in some point of time. At some point of time, you feel like, okay, you're not able to understand which part of speech is with that particular word. But the more you get exposure, and that could be possible just by reading more and more, okay? Fine. So coming back, if I say preposition plus interest, it could be out of interest. Now what is out of? Preposition of movement. Out of, it tells movement. For interest. Of interest. For example, I had never heard of the film before, but I went to see it out of interest. Means I was not interested to watch, but I had to go for some XYZ reasons. Right. And the next one is interest among, interest from, interest in. Okay. Now, if you see the notice or if you see the difference, preposition was followed by interest, but now preposition is preceded by the word interest. Okay, or we can say preposition comes after the word interest. Interest among, interest from, interest in. His speech generated interest from many people. So it means a lot of people were interested in his speech or got interested in his speech. The next one, noun plus interest. Now, in this case, we can talk about different kinds of categories such as interest rate, interest payment, interest charge, interest group. Now, for example, there are political interest groups in my country that work towards development of the nation. So interest groups means the people who are interested in so and so reasons. Here they are political interest groups, otherwise they could be some social interest groups. Right? And then we understand one more structure, that's verb plus interest. Okay? Now, what is verb plus interest? For example, it could be take an interest, have an interest, show an interest, lose interest, attract interest, generate interest, spark interest, be of interest, maintain interest, share an interest, pay interest. For example, I started learning to play the guitar, but I lost interest very quickly. If you just think about the word lost, it means to lose something, right? I lost my car, I lost my keys, I lost my pen, I lost some money. So the word lost goes with so many other words, but when we say lost interest means obviously interest is going now. It's person is losing away. So I started learning to play the guitar because I lost interest. Okay. The other example, my friends and I share many interests, so we get along very well. One thing, they might not be completely stuck or connected every time. There may be a word which comes in between, which is not considered as reference or hindrance. For example, share interest has been separated by the word many because actually it is telling about, it's intensifying, it's qualifying both the words. Share many interest. Okay. So here many works as qualifier. Fine. And now let's take up some examples with the word take. Okay, we talk about some examples with the word take, and the class at 1 p.m. will talk about some more examples and some different words with some examples, okay, to enrich our knowledge about collocations. Now, if I say take is something we use most commonly in our lives. We say take a call. Well, take a chance. Take a class. I am taking a class right now. Okay. I am taking a test. Okay, some people make this error. They always say, I have to give my test or I have to give my paper. Now, that's a wrong collocation. Why? You never give your paper. Now, actually, I personally feel how this came up. We have this, being Indians, and in most of the cases, being, Hindi as the mother tongue, we always speak in Hindi. मैंने एग्जाम दिया, मैंने paper दिया. So the moment we say that, we literally translate that into English and we say we had given the paper, but that's actually a wrong collocation. We always say I write paper, I take paper, I had written paper, I had taken paper. Okay? So we always write or take a paper or a test. Okay? So the more formal word is take a test, not even take a paper, because you can't take a paper actually. Right, taking a paper would be in literal sense someone had the paper and you took that paper from him or her. Okay, so the next collocation could be take a call, take a chance, take a class, take a decision, like make a decision. So make a decision, take a decision would be synonymous to each other, and come to a decision, which we just talked about, would be coming to, like finalizing the decision. Okay, so this is how we understand the differences also. Uh, take a holiday, take a lesson, Take a look. I have brought my new I have bought a new book by Amish Tripathi. I just want you to have a look at it. Take a look at it. Now, the moment I was trying to explain take a look, I used the collocation have a look. So, have a look is also a collocation which is synonymous to take a look. So, that is why, we need to understand, we need to realize that how, smooth and easy collocations are. They're not at all difficult. It's just we need to make ourselves more conscious and aware that we have been using it. We have been using them for a long, long time. Take a massage, take a message, take a nap, take a number, take a photo or a photograph, take a picture, take a rest. I think you are tired, you need to take some rest. Well, you can also take some risk and go out in the winters. Well, I think you are tired, you should take a seat and have some rest. So, have some rest is again one another collocation. You don't look neat and tidy, go take a shower or have a shower. Take a step and say no to political drama. Well, I think I have to take a taxi, I have to take bus, I have to take train or plane. Take a test. Just now I discussed about it and the common misconception which was associated with it. Well, I think I'll take a while and I'll come back at 1 for the another class. So that means take a while, take some time in between. Take action and improve the situation. Take action. Take advantage. I think children take advantage of their parents' politeness. Take advice. So I think parents need to take advice from co-parents to handle the situation. Okay, what did I say? Handle the situation. That is again a collocation. Handling a situation. Okay? And I think this issue will take ages to get solved. What did I say? Take ages. That's a collocation. Get solved is again a collocation. Okay? So some words go together, and the best way to understand them is they are like best friends. Sometimes they don't have specific reasons why they are together, but they are together. Society has accepted them, and their bond. So this is how I would like to end this session, and just precursor to my next class, which is at 1 p.m. on the same channel, Unacademy Eloquence. So see you again, students. Bye bye, and Merry Christmas.